to all our viewers across the globe as I welcome you to the month of June, today 1st of June 2023. My name is Ige or Lalekon and it is time for paper review. In the studio with me I have...
Beautiful morning to all faithful Nigerians and the unfaithful ones, because we have the good, the bad and the ugly. I will speak that way because it's a natural truth. My name remains Morire Rebila Lawal. It's a new month and possibly it's the time, the year is divided into two. For those that will have the month of June till the end. And I'm telling you, may the Lord Almighty forgive our sins and protect us all around and never make us option for abduction in our lifetime. Once again, I'm wishing you a fruitful month ahead. God bless.
And as Morire Rabila wishes us a fruitful month, we are looking at the paper from the dailies this morning. And with me here I have the Vanguard newspaper and also the Daily Post. And at the same time, I also have the Nation newspaper.
As usual, as expected since inception, my own usual newspaper is the Punch newspaper, so to say for now.
And from the Vanguard newspaper, I have this headline with me here. From the Vanguard newspaper. 10th NAS leadership. APC Tinubu allegedly back out of Akpabio's endorsement.
Alright, the very first story on the Punch newspaper online, FG Labour meeting deadlock as fuel price eats over 700 naira per litre.
And from the Daily Post I have, don't create artificial scarcity. Akeredolu warns Ondo petrol marketers.
The next story, CBN devalues naira to 631 naira per dollar.
And at the same time here, from the Nation newspaper, I have this headline. Tinubu welcome China, that they are all welcome to start business with Nigeria.
National Assembly compiles 30 billion naira lawmakers severance package.
And let's go through the newspaper. According to the Vanguard newspaper, strong indication yesterday shows that the candidacy of the former Senate Minority Leader, Senator Godswill Akpabio, may have hit brick wall as the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is said to have withdrawn his support for him in the contest for the Senate President in the 10th National Assembly. Recall that the All Progressive Congress, APC, had announced the endorsement of Senator Godswill Akpabio and 3 others for the topmost position in the National Assembly. Senator Akpabio from South was endorsed for the Senate President. Senator Jubri Barau from Northwest for Deputy Senate President. Tajuddin Abbas, Northwest, for Speaker, House of Representatives, and Kanu Southeast for Deputy Speaker. We have that from the Vanguard newspaper. 10th NAS leadership. APC Tinubu allegedly back out Akpabio's endorsement.
Alright, straight to the Punch newspaper this morning. Talks between the federal government and organized labor over the removal of fuel subsidy ended in a deadlock on Wednesday as they failed to reach a consensus following the hike in petrol pump prices to over 700 naira from 195 naira per litre by all marketers. The hours-long meeting, which was held at the presidential villa, was to, among other things, prevent the labor crisis following the recent increase in the petrol pump price occasioned by the discontinuance of petroleum subsidy. Earlier on Wednesday, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited said it had adjusted the pump price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, to reflect the market realities. The agency, however, failed to state the new prices of petrol. However, several retail outlets sold the products between 600 and 800 naira in Lagos, Abuja, Ogun, and some other states. The rider is FG Labour meeting deadlock as fuel price hits over 700 naira per liter. Where are we going in Nigeria? Your next story.
And according to the Daily Post, don't create artificial scarcity. Akeredolu warns Ondo petrol marketers. Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State has warned petroleum marketers as well as owner of fuel stations in the state against holding premium motor spirit PMS, popularly known as petrol. According to Akeredolu, the warning became imperative after long queues surfaced at filling stations across the state, particularly in Akure, the state capital. In a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde, the governor instructed that all petrol stations in the state should dispense fuel in their tanks to relieve the people of the long hours spent of queue station. Meanwhile, Akeredolu directed the governor's task force to move around the state and deal decisively with any fuel station holding the petrol. According to the Daily Post, don't create artificial scarcity. Akeredolu warns Ondo petrol marketers.
Your kind of story again this morning tells how Nigerians are affecting Nigerians.
Exactly.
Because it was only announced that fuel subsidy is not in the budget of the last administration, and subsequently we have to review and give an update of it. But since yesterday, 24 hours ago, we get to understand that fuel price grew up to what we have today, like 500 naira, 480 something naira, and it's such a shame to the oil marketers across the country as Nigeria is. And I want to say to everyone that Nigerians are the problem to Nigerians.
Exactly.
Secondly is that the oil marketers, they are so selfish and so indiscriminately for everything they are doing. So to say, if the new administration is trying all its best on its hours to making sure that the country feels a new breath, and the first thing we experience is a hike in the fuel price, it's such a disheartening atmosphere to the whole country. Secondly, I like to say that there is always a destruction before beautification. So I enjoin all Nigerians to please stay solidly with their faith that Nigeria is going to be a new Nigeria for all of us to achieve and celebrate ourselves. Even if you are earning a 1 naira, your 1 naira should look at you like a million naira. Though it's not possibly for us to believe in that. But the truth about this is that whatever we enjoy today is definitely going to be like a sacrifice for the years to come, and definitely God will still smile at every Nigerian. Then the next story right here, the National Assembly management has commenced clearance of members of the Senate and the House of Representatives for payment and collection of severance packages as the Night Assembly winds down. The clerk of the House, Yahya Denzaria, made this known in a notice to members at the plenary on Wednesday. The Night Assembly, which was inaugurated on June 11, 2019, is expected to wind down by the first week of June, while the 10th Assembly is billed for inauguration on 13th June 2023. The Speaker of the House, Femi Gbadabiamila, read out the clerk's notice to members on the floor. Now, before we go further, this is my second story on the Punch newspaper.
Okay.
These people in power at Senate and plenary whatsoever, are they representing the poor Nigerians, or they're representing the rich Nigerians? These all of our questions from the inception of BGI TV current till date shows that yes, Nigeria is only being ruled by those people with powers and prowess. But I believe one day there's definitely going to be a lasting change. My submission. Your next story before we hit the main subject of today's discussion.
Okay. Let's go through the Nation newspaper. Nigeria open for business, Tinubu tells China. President Bola Tinubu yesterday said Nigeria is open for business and constructive partners. We need accelerated growth and we are ready to do business honestly with those ready to do business with us, he said. The president spoke while hosting President Xi Jinping of China's special envoy, Peng Qin, at the presidential villa Abuja. He promised that his administration would promote ease of doing business. Speaking to Peng, who is also the vice chairperson, standing committee of the National People's Congress, People's Republic of China, the president said both countries could learn from each other, though Nigeria will remain non-aligned. President Tinubu's spokesman, Tunde Ramon, quoted him as saying, "We will continue to work to promote democracy in the West African sub-region. I'm a product of democracy and shall work day and night to advance democracy. We will fight terrorism and all forms of criminalities. We can learn from each other, but we will remain non-aligned." Peng pledges China's increased economic cooperation with Nigeria, saying the country is essential to Africa and to the world. According to the Nation newspaper, Nigerian open for business, Tinubu tells China.
Still with the Punch newspaper, while some people are singing, "So far so good, oh, I dey thank God oh, for my life today," because now 1st June of the month.
Exactly.
Our viewers, let us enjoy the very first day in the month of June, which is the 6th month in the year calendar, which will have 12 months to complete a year and 365 days to make it a year.
Exactly.
Many have died and many will still die, and many are still at the hospital on live oxygen. But so far we're in the studio right now without this live oxygen for us to do our job as expected, and even the IT manager is behind the corner. Because if we are doing it and there's no IT manager, there wouldn't be any broadcast to the public.
Exactly.
I like to say, Lagos police dismissed sergeant for extorting 98,000 naira from man. Wow. And the story goes thus. The Lagos State Police Command on Wednesday announced the dismissal of Sergeant Epo Shimuyere, who was attached to the Shogunle division for extorting a young man of 98,000 naira. Information reported that the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Benjamin Udain, told journalists that the Command Provost Department had already disrupted the dismissed sergeant. According to him, the dismissed sergeant collected the phone of his victim and used a point-of-sale operator to transfer 98,000 naira out of the 100,000 naira in the young man's bank account. Udain said the policeman's action was contrary to the ethics of the profession.
Exactly.
I love the action taken by the police commander in Lagos, but let us analyze the truth. From Abuja and from the Nigeria Police Headquarters in Abuja, can we have the statement of salary payment to all of these Nigerian police officers? Can we have the suitable payment of the housekeep? Can we have the statutory salary according to the Nigerian Constitution? Which I believe all of these questions will never get answered.
Exactly.
Secondly, we've been seeing and watching videos of how some Nigerian police officers are being dismissed. It's a nice step. It's a nice step. But how many of Nigerians knows their civic rights against the Nigerian police officers? Similar example to the former Ogun State Command, Ogun State Police Command, the PPRO, SP Abimbola Oyemi, who is now being transferred to Oyo State. Right now it's been transferred. How many of Nigerians or citizens knows their right against when a police officer requests your phones? when you try to hide your phone from a Nigerian police officer's request, the next thing you get to have is is an intimidation, or they brutalize you, they beat you up, or they hit you with their guns, or they try to intimidate you and abuse you. So I urge the Nigerian police officers or the Nigerian Police Commission to stand on its feet and speak against all of these intimidations by Nigerian police officers and by any of the security personnel from the army, from the navy, from the custom, to the police, civil defense, to mention a few. If all of these officers and personnel know their duty according to the Constitution, Nigeria would definitely be an envy to other countries in the world.
Exactly.
And how many sensitization exercises is being done to all of these officers? They always claim their salaries are not encouraging. Who is deceiving who? I rest my case.
And just to add to what you said, well, if I want to look at it from my own perspective, I think it's all bounced back on the injustice and some people seeing themselves as a sacred cow in the country. And if you look at it very well, I would say that the Nigerian Police Commission have a lot of work to do. Number one, how do they recruit this set of policemen that are part of the institution? You know, it is very important that when the Nigerian Police Commission recruits sergeants into the system, they need to give them a thorough training and to give them enlightenment, to educate them on what their responsibility and their duties are, what they need to do, and how to, you know, relate with the society at large. And at the same time, because, you know, you come to realize that the issue of NSAS the other time, you will see it's as a result of the fact that the masses, the citizenry, were like seeing this NSAS, the SARS, as threats to the society at large, and the way they maltreat the people, the way they deals with the member of the country, you know, to the extent of a lot of people losing their life and things like that. And why do we say we have the law enforcement agent? We only had them because they are there to protect lives and property. And at the same time, you know, we could also relate this injustice to the judiciary system, like what happened in the court at Osogbo the other time. You know, the moment Nigeria starts realizing that we should not set some people aside as a sacred cow, justice should always take place, then that is when those people, those bad eggs in the system, they will be flushed out and they will be identified.
Definitely, I support your take and opinion as regards your claims. And from the one and the part of that from Osogbo, it definitely speaks about immoralities and you with affluences and connections to people. You should understand that there are some things that money can't buy.
Exactly.
But before we go into details on that, I have this last story coming from Ogun State, and why I've chosen this story is that it's happening, or it had happened in Ogun State. Kidnappers killed 2, abduct others in Ogun farm raid. Government suspected to be kidnappers on Wednesday yesterday shot dead a security man and 1 other person while abducting 2 persons at a farm in Awo village, Orile Imo, in the Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State. The kidnappers reportedly shot dead a Soul Corps area commander identified as Saeed Ogunride and a native of the village. The abductors were said to be dressed in military camouflage. They were reportedly trained by policemen and men of Soul Corps. A resident of the village who spoke on the condition of anonymity said this incident happened on Tuesday night. So, the story is all about a killing, abduction in Ogun State. People will go to their farms to do the needful, and surprisingly and suddenly they get attacked. Nigeria seems to be a state without a working system, but we don't want us to dwell on that because we're having a new administration and I'm very, very convinced that definitely all of these sudden cries, sudden tears, sudden killings, everything, either from normal resident, elders, or the security operatives, definitely will have a new leaf. It's on the Punch newspaper that reads with the writer, "Kidnappers killed two, abduct others in Ogun, farm raid." Let's go straight to the subject matter.
Okay. Our viewers at home, if you are just watching us, this is BGI TV Current. And we also want to enjoin you that if you have any comment or response, you can just forward it to the comment sections of the channel. Now, right now, Morire Rabila, I want to welcome you back from Oshogbo, where we had the judgment, the final judgment on the deaths of Timothy Adegoke, the postgraduate student of Obafemi Awolowo University. But one thing I want to ask you is this. Based on the fact that yesterday Mama Adekpele was able to pronounce the final verdict in respect of the case, what do you think, or what's your observation about the reactions of the people at the courts?
All right, I want to salute the courage, the love, the empathy, the belief in the Nigerian judicial system, and the support people from diaspora and within Nigeria have contributed to the success from the beginning till the end yesterday. It's a very, very good thing and very encouraging as the whole story, just like a movie, went. I must commend CJ Adekpele, or let me say CJ Oyebola Adekpele Ojo, for a job well done. Mama, if you are watching, and if any of your families, friends, associates are watching, Mama, you've done a wonderful job. You are a rare gem, a living testimony of justice, through justice, without being biased, no compromise. Each time I am in the court, she will just sit down and listen to everybody, from the prosecution to the defense. Whatever they say, she's writing it down. Because if there is an ongoing proceedings and you're not writing down, even when she misses anything, she will speak that, please come again, for accountability,
Exactly.
data accuracy,
Exactly.
and authentication of realities.
Now, Morire, I want to ask you, before the judgment,
Yes.
okay, can you give us a little bit insight into what the counsel for the accused person,
That's from the defense.
exactly, what were their response, as in what really happened on that day before the pronouncement of that?
The last proceedings before
Okay.
the last judgment, which was 2 days back, was the fact that they claimed that Baba Femi Falana, son, why is Baba is that is a senior advocate of Nigeria.
Okay.
Because according to every ramification, there's always a rank.
Okay.
They accused Femi Falana and his chambers that he should prove to the court
Okay.
the fiat from the Osun State's highest office that requested or permitted or ordered his presence on the case. And he didn't drag it further. He only delivered a statement that, in case you've forgotten, this is not the first time you're asking me to present my fiat.
Okay.
But let me remind you, I have told you so date I was given a fiat to present on this case.
Okay.
And the date was written, which I have forgotten forgive my ignorance
Okay.
or my presentation. And he spoke endlessly. And the defense team could not utter a word. Luckily, CJ Oyebola Adegoke added to affirmation that why is this Fiat issue coming up again? Why are we leaving the subject matter of the day to the basic one for today? I already have my judgment book for pronouncements. Fiat or no Fiat, we've settled that, and this shouldn't be an hindrance for continuation of the job.
Okay.
So it was adjourned,
Okay.
but no date was given.
Morire, let me come in from this angle.
All right.
Now, because as we were watching, we were monitoring the event as it was unfolding.
Yeah.
Now, the next question is, Morire, I was surprised that in the courtroom, I couldn't find Kidnappings and some other defense counsel. What exactly do you think happened?
Definitely, you shouldn't expect the likes of the last representative, senior advocate of Nigeria. I think one tall man like that, I've forgotten his name.
Okay.
Alongside Kidnappings, alongside Murtala or Abdul Rashid, if I'm right with the names, because they've already ended everything
Okay.
at the last sitting day before yesterday,
Exactly.
which was on Tuesday. The last sitting went well, and the very person, the very lawyer, the very senior advocate of Nigeria that represented the fourth defendant, Rahman Adedoyin,
Yes.
stated that he never knew the case he's representing contains the life of a young
As
man,
in a murder case.
a murder case.
Okay.
And he admonished all younger lawyers to please see him as a good person, not a bad person, because he is involved to be at the defense team,
Exactly.
as Femi Falana is at the prosecution team. But whatever you're doing, deal with diligence, good character,
Okay.
wisdom, and professionalism. And let leave judgment to God. But whatever court dictates or states should be maintained.
Okay. Morire, now the question is, on the course of all this, we discovered that this case has lingered for a long time, and as it was, unfolding, the counsel to the defense team, because if I'm not forgotten, there was a time they said they want to produce their witness, that they are bringing up some people that will come and witness and things like that in the court. Now, before that yesterday's case, we got the news that Kidnappings and some other counsel pleaded with Mama that they want to close up the case before this final appearance at the court. Now, the question now is, what about those that have absconded, like those three, Rahim Adedoyin, Quadri, and Esther Asigo? What was Mama's judgment in respect of those that abscond?
By the statements and judgment of CJ Oyebola Adegoke, with due respect, according to our judgments, from the first count charge till the 18th count charge, upon every pronouncement, as she mentioned to Rahman Adedoyin, dead by anger, she added that, and those at large, Rahim Adedoyin, Quadri, and Esther Asigo. The second count charge, and those at large. Third count charge, that goes with conspiracy to murder and murder, and every other interference with body of the corpse, oath, administration of oath taking, altercation of receipts, to mention a few, and those at large. and the judgment simply awaiting him. No matter the time, he is to be arrested and brought before the law because he needs to pay the price of his acts. Because if truly he is innocent, he wouldn't have run away.
Exactly.
If truly is not among us the team that killed the late Timothy Adegoke, the breadwinner of his family, the only candlelight at Erua in Oyo State. Because I've been to Erua more than, let me say, countless times. Not because we have any interest with the family, but we truly want judgments to be served accordingly. Nigeria is a state where everything needs to work, and it is a very good breath, a relieving breath from CJ Oyebola Adegoke for the judgment on Tuesday and likewise on Wednesday. Because she kept on repeating herself that since last year she already have her judgment to pronounce. But due to the fact that adjournment today, adjournment tomorrow, made the case to last till yesterday.
Okay. Morire, so now, let's say from the views, what was your observation after the pronouncement? What was Chief Abdurrahman Adedoyin's reaction?
It's so disheartening that some people are in this world with the heart of the devil. Some people are in this world with the mind of Into Bashiti. Some people are living the life of Kosin Kontole Mumi. Some people are living to the basic of their wealth, affluences, and connections that, yes, I have people to back me. But my own stake is that no matter what you have, example to the former head of state with respect, Sani Abacha,
Exactly.
the day he died, we can easily review what happened in Nigeria as a country.
Exactly.
Compared to the day and the date MKO Abiola died, a year before Sani Abacha's death, we can easily remember what was the atmosphere in the country. And to the date Fela Anikulapo Kuti died, what was the atmosphere from the family and those that knew him before his death? And subsequently, to just give a running up summary, even from Ile-Ife, some people began to write that why Tiwon Shepa Maye immediately if he was to be a good man before the judgment day. Why Tiwon She Yegi fun immediately because we saw the chair called it Tonosi chair and Kokudano. If really he was a good man. But to my amazement and surprise, but I'm not surprised because I'm a professional. The lawyers for Ramon Adedoyin and other twos that were sentenced to death by hanging.
Exactly. That's Adeni Yadirogba.
Yes.
And Oyetunde
Kazim. The lawyers need to work because they were paid. We shouldn't see them as bad elements. It is their duty. They were begging CJ Adepelojo. He's having numerous establishments. Oduduwa University. He's the founder. In case you don't know, people watching me live should understand that Rahman Adedoyin is the founder of Oduduwa University and a polytechnic in Ile-Ife. And also Hilton Honors, anything Hilton Honors in Osun State, basically in Ile-Ife, is owned by Rahman Adedoyin. People began to speak and write online. Why Tiwon Shepa Rahman Adedoyin immediately? If he was a bad person, if truly is the sincerest Messiah, feeding families, definitely people would people would have stood their grounds to say no, he's a good man.
Okay, Moriri, just take this last question.
All
Now,
right.
based on the fact that the judgment has been passed, what is your faith since this historic judgment in Nigerian judiciary system?
I want everyone as a Nigerian, and even out of you not being a Nigerian, should understand that we have some good people at the judiciary who will never tell you a black is a white and a white is a black. Example is Chief Justice of Osun State, even from Ede in Osun State. And she's after the very case of Adegoke and Adedoyin, that will definitely be our last case to our retirement. She showed categories of loyalty to our profession, integrity, honesty, and professionalism, and even a good woman. At the point when Timothy Adegoke's wife was being interrogated or cross-examined at the dock in the court, when the wife kept giving answers with tears, ìyáàfin Adépèlé Òjó nílànà tí Yorùbá pé yes, respect and kudos to her.
Exactly.
She requested for a recess. Ojú wọn ò lè gbà nígbà tí wọ́n rí omi tó ń bọ́ lójú ìyàwó Timothy Adegoke. Pé lọ́mọ mẹ́ta torí Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ṣe kà tó ń pààyàn dandan ni Bíbélì àti Kùránì fi lélẹ̀ pé ká pa wọ́n ni. Ẹ ká nígbàgbọ́ nínú Nigeria judiciary system pé yes, òtítọ́ ṣì wà ń bẹ̀. Owó ò lè ra wá nínú kòtò. Ohun tá bá gbé láyé ṣe náà la máa bá nínú kòtò nínú sàréè ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Either you're a Christian or a Muslim or you are a lẹ́sìn kẹta. Ìyáàfin Adépèlé Òjó wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ takuntakun títí di àná láti 2021. Wọ́n láti máa applaud Fatima Adesina wípé obìnrin bí ọkùnrin ni ẹ́. Pẹ̀lú bọ́n ṣe jù ẹ́ sọ́tún tọ́jú ẹ̀ sósì tó láti defense team. Ó dúró wámwám bí sójà tó ń gbọ́kàn máa látọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀gá ẹ̀. O feel free jets. O dẹ̀ feel intimidated. Even wọ́n ṣe intimidated tó náà láti ọwọ́ Kéèké Ẹlẹ́ja, láti ọwọ́ Roland Otaro, láti ọwọ́ Reciept Muritala, ó dúró wámwám àti San tó wá last time náà kó tó di títí ìjẹta. Kéèsì yìí ó ti wọ́ ti lọ. Even kọ́ appeal jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. I'm telling you, tó bá mú kan jẹ kó lè mú ìyókù jẹ. Tí mo gbọ́ lánàá ní etí mi, but ẹ gbọ́ wíníwíní nígbà tá a bá dé BGI TV.
So all our viewers around the world, I hope you've really enjoyed the program for this morning, the paper review. And I also want to enjoy you to join us next time on this station, BGI TV Current. If you have any comments or any reactions, please, you can just put it to the comment section. I remain Ige Olalekon as we are running up. With me, I have
Ó mi tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ fẹ́ dárúkọ lọ́lọ́ Ọlọ́run bá àtàtìlẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tẹ̀wọ̀n diaspora àti ní Nàìjíríà tẹ̀ support kéèsì láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ títí dòní. Ẹ má bínú pé mo ń sọ Yorùbá lórí BGI TV Current, but inú mi dùn torí ìdájọ́ òdodo and justice for Timothy náà la rí lẹ́yìn. Ọlọ́run kì í ṣàbòsí, ẹ̀dá sẹ́dá ló máa ń ṣàbòsí. But ẹ ká gbìyànjú iṣẹ́ tá a mú wa dé ikú òjijì tá a fi ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀gá burúkú Ọlọ́run máa là wá ń bẹ̀. Let me change it from Yoruba to English. My name is Morire Rebila Lawa Oluwaseun.